I think it is time to be honest with you guys about something that a lot of people on this world aren't honest about and don't talk about, and it isn't spoken about very often. So yeah, I guess it's time to be a little bit more honest with you guys. Okay, so if you guys are new to my channel, then I am Monica. I generally talk about like quite deep stuff on my channel, stuff that I'm quite passionate about, and things that I feel like need to be brought up more in society and that are like pushed under the rug a lot of the time. So for this week's video, I wanted to talk about people who struggle with chafing. So basically, men and women who aren't born with bodies that like follow the whole like thigh gap thing, which is a lot of people. There are like more people out there that don't have a thigh gap than do, and even the people that sometimes do have thigh gaps are doing really like damaging things to get there. I know because I was in that category of exercising and being way too slim and therefore having a thigh gap, but now that I am like on my way to recovering from those sort of behaviours, I don't have one anymore. So summer is quite annoying when you don't have a thigh gap, in the sense of it can be quite uncomfortable, it can be quite painful, and it was one of the major things that I was worried about with summer and with me putting weight back on. So this video is just kind of be a little bit of a chat about things that I've like been doing to prevent that from happening, or to make it a little bit easier. The thing is, like, I am not going back to the size and the weight that I was when I did have a thigh gap. So as much as some of these methods aren't ideal when it's boiling hot, they are better than everything else that I was doing. So if you guys struggle with this as well, or you're just interested in knowing what you can do to prevent chafing between your thighs, then keep on watching. Okay, so the things that I've like mainly been using are these little lovely sexy spandexy things. So they kind of look like, you know, those bicycle shorts that have sort of become a thing at the moment. They kind of look like those. I got these from Uniqlo. If you know where that is, it's in Kingston. And this is just sort of like, it's called like body shape wear, but it's not, I don't like that whole thing. It's just again all about like telling you that you need to be a different shape. This isn't, I don't wear this so that I look slimmer or so that I can like look like a different shape. I wear it so that my thighs don't rub together. So it's basically like a sort of spandexy material. It's quite like soft and stuff. It's quite comfortable to wear, apart from the fact that it does make you sweat quite a lot. Like, it's already quite hot here in England, which is a weird thing to say, but it is. It's like, I don't know, high 20s, sometimes in the 30s. So when you're already wearing like a skirt or a dress and then you're wearing like this underneath, it is quite hot and also quite uncomfortable. But for me personally, I find it less uncomfortable than my legs chafing. So yeah, you can try that out and decide it for yourself if that's something that you like using or not. I'm just going to insert a clip of what they look like, partly because it is another thing that I feel like we hide. Like people, men and women and non-binary and all of the peoples that do use these and that do have problems with their legs chafing and stuff, just don't really talk about it, and we don't say anything about it. So yeah, I'm just gonna like put a little clip of me just working my chafe preventers. Okay, so that was like the method that I mainly use and what I would recommend to more people, if you don't mind the sweating. The second one that I would recommend is baby powder. The only issue with using baby powder is that you have to sort of do it a little bit just like before you go out, because obviously the powder can go everywhere, it can go on your clothes. You have to be wary that you might get like baby powder on the clothes that you're wearing, so again, be mindful of that. It also is like, it's good but for like short periods of time. I would say that these are good for like long days, like where you know you'll be walking all day. This is maybe for a couple of hours, because obviously, unless obviously you take it with you, but because it is a powder, if you sweat then it just sort of like it melts and like becomes like a weird consistency, and I personally just find it kind of annoying because you just have to keep topping it up. But for some people this is more affordable, for some people they just prefer this. So yeah, you just like put a bit in your hand, make sure that was shut, put it in your hand, like rub it together, put it on your thighs, and then you're good to go. I mean, it is what like people use for babies so that they don't like chafe in their nappies and stuff, so obviously it is kind of for that reason. Okay, so the third one that I can think of off the top of my head, I haven't necessarily I haven't even looked online if there are any other like avenues you can go down. If you are interested in this, if you're struggling with it, I would suggest like googling it. These are just things that I have done and I've been told to try. And the other thing is they're like slightly different but similar. So either using Vaseline if that's all that you have in your house, or you can buy anti-chafing cream. I remember when I was doing my Duke of Edinburgh award, I took anti-chafing cream for stuff like my bag straps and stuff, so that they obviously weren't chafing. And it was decently good. Again, I've sort of like ranked them in order of how good I find them. Vaseline is good because obviously it provides a barrier between your thighs and they sort of just slide against each other, but for some people that feeling is quite gross. Again, it can go everywhere, it can get messy. It's like obviously greasy, so it can possibly ruin clothes if you're not careful. But yeah, that's kind of all the advice that I have. I don't know if I'll end up trying anything new and then like give you new advice, but I just feel like people hide that this is an issue, and it is an issue for a lot of people, and it's not an unsolvable one. And I just wanted to let people know that I no longer fit into the thigh gap society, and just, yeah, I don't want to be there. I don't want to go back. I'm very happy with the fact that I am starting to accept that this is my new body, this is what I need to be in, and just finding ways to make it more comfortable for me. And hopefully along my journey I can help anybody else that is going through the same thing. So yeah, I wear body shapewear so that my legs don't chafe. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you found it useful, then please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for loads of content. I upload every single Friday and it's always something new and different. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Bye guys.